have their avenue to success here against G2. And we wondered if G2 would experiment a little bit. We wondered if they go a little bit out of the box. I don't think they really have here. The Bonkovic jump across. There's still no cleanse on Caps as Xerxes steps forward. There's the path. Going on to Jankos. They get the lockdown. Heroic entrance is going to connect, but it's not enough. First blood goes over to Splice, and now Xerxes not in the best of shapes. The Requiem comes out. G2 get a kill in return.
It's a one
coming across, and because G2 are quicker to react, as an Ocean Drake just gifted over to our top team in the league.
It could just be that Splice are saying, you know, fall back to our old tricks. We know that we're confident in the 5v5 lane phase, although I'll hold that thought.
Jankos is just around the corner here, but Xerxes on his way as well. Chachi trying to turn it around as Jankos goes in with the Wall of Pain. There's Claxism as well. Jankos down, Chachi gets out. That's how you unlock this Renekton. And now Wonder maybe in for a world of hurt as the Requiem comes down. Rift Heralds used mid by G2. They're controlling this top side of the map. Humanoid jumps in. They're looking for the engage. Lantern lands. Hero's entrance will come out, but already one down. Rift Herald is the target now for Splice. They don't want that to get a charge off. It will get one in, but it does not take the time.
Let's reset the map, walk towards Infernal, and try to find this window where before Splice get access to these big wombo combos, we can try to force it.
Games, you know, looking at last summer, they were knocked out by Schalke, the eventual finalists. They came third in spring, and then before that, they were knocked out by G2.
But it's just not flashy, and so it's much easier to be a G2 fan when you see all these players just flexing on kids.
Splice with the Infernal Dragon control, that will be a very good Drake for them. And they will secure it. 17 minutes in, they have 1,000 gold lead or 600. As the laning phase ends and we look towards the next objective for these teams, it looks like Splice are going towards the mid lane. Perks uses a great ultimate just to get out of the range of the box, but Mickey is going to be sacrificed here. Splice once again get vision control around. With Wonder coming down, you think this will be the mid lane tower being opened up by G2.
Man, it's just Wonder saying that I got the top lane far enough
to Splice. 70% AD and AP is very strong. Perks is baiting here for his team. The hook comes out. Norscarin doesn't quite connect, but Xerxes comes in from the side, and now Humanoid going in with Glacial Path as well as the Barney in the mid lane as the fight erupts. Wonder forced out. Mickey not in the best of shapes. Pulled out of the heroic entrance. And now Chachi's on the back line. And Splice are just running their way through G2. G2 step forward. They made a bait with Perks, but they were the ones baited as Splice just collapsed around them. Chachi can't quite get the chase up here. Looking for the final slice and dice. Looking for that connection, but he's not quite close enough. And Perks is just going to run away with the supercharge. Chachi now in all kinds of hurt. Trying to get towards the lantern. Caught out with the flawless duet. Still healthy enough, he gets to the lantern. Caps though might jump across the wall onto Chachi. The Infernal Drake goes down. Caps going in with a distortion. Oh, he misses the chains and Chachi gets the hell out of there. Teleport coming in now from Perks as he tries to join the fight once again, but he's just going to push the mid lane. Caps jumping forward. Humanoid waiting in the bush and Caps all the way down as well. But again, a fight in the mid lane as Xerxes looks to go for the engage. Mickey low taken out. Xerxes can't get to the lantern in time. And here comes Cap jumping in onto Norscarin. It's a 3v4 in favor of G2, but Humanoid just turns it around. Almost gets out. Chachi now on the flank as Perks looks for the engage. There's the Requiem. Norscarin goes golden to stop it. Caps has jumped all the way back. Wonder much in this game, in contention. Fighting still for that position in playoffs, of course, sitting at 8-6. You really started here by Splice. However, you've got Mickey, you've got the taunt, you've got Aurelia there as well. The hook doesn't connect from Norscarin, and maybe Splice will back out of this one. A little bit too greedy from them, perhaps, as Chachi goes down towards the bottom side. The engage comes out. It's all on Mickey. They just want the Galio. They want the support. They'll take him out. The boundary set, though, ends up being a 1-for-1 trade across this up with your G2. Perks step very far forward here. Jankos doing the Infernal. Splice realize maybe something's up as Caps goes in, gets caught out. Locked down. Is Caps down? He is! And perhaps within the hopes of G2 ever winning this fight. Jankos still on the Dragon. Splice come down. They won't get it. Dragon goes across the G2, but already they've lost 3 players, and you have to think that's bad.
Guarding it, so perfect setup from Splice. A massive team fight that again G2 walked into blind. Snap shut.
And the question is, are you going to be able to slow them down enough? Not for this mid lane tower, at least that's going to fall.
It's also playing that delicate edge.
Strategy come to the fore. Can you play this properly, Splice, or will you get caught out by G2?
I think
oh, they're going to try and catch them out themselves. Mickey hooked up. There's the box as well. So much damage coming out to him, and he's got one. G2, you might have the wave clear, but if Xerxes just goes all in, you're going to fall. Redemption used as well here by Splice. Maybe looking for a little bit more as they go towards him. Remember, on that Renekton, all of G2 coming down here. Can Splice react quickly enough?
He does have stopwatch.
He's got stopwatch. There's a hero's entrance. Trying to slice some dice out. We'll pop the ultimate. The Call of the Week coming out as well. Goes into stopwatch. Splice, they just want to push mid. They just want to go for mid tower here. They will get the shutdown, but it's all 5 members of G2. The mid wave pushing in as the inhibitor has to be the target for Splice.
And that's why Chachi wasn't the guy on the side lane, why it was Humanoid, but it did buy them a lot of time to force this down. We'll see if they also turn it into an inhib or respect the flank potential, because here comes G2.
Caps so far. They backed off, they've reset. Let's have a look at where they are in terms of items. Zhonya's finished on towards Humanoid. You got from that Sivir. Ocean Drake picked up quite late, not really going to do too much. Humanoid chased away here by Perks because they haven't quite broken through this Tier 2 line. Tier 2 goes up down in the top lane for G2, but Splice with 4 members strong can just push in. Remember, Perks has the teleport on the Kai'Sa. He continues to step forward. I've seen this story before. Oracle's lens was not used there from Xerxes. Could have been Caps chunked out a little bit, but the Wall of Pain comes down. Humanoid going into the back line, trying to get Jankos. He flashes away. Heroic Entrance, great hook on Caps. He cleanses. Now Splice stepping forward. There's Cataclysm. Jankos forced off the backside of this fight, and Kobe just opening up. Boomerang, boomerang, boom to G2. Here comes the Requiem Dome. As it looks like this fight, you can see Chachi backing away. Still has the teleport though. Caps on the back line is G2 trying to start the fight in the river. Chachi there. Caps has the flank position. He's gone back. Need to teleport in soon because Caps just going to jump in. Surprise, says Caps. That's 2 down, a third to follow, and it's all on Kobe. He takes out one. Chachi's on the break. Can Kobe get the boomerangs in? Can he turn it around for his team? The only man who's been on this team the whole time, it's Kobe! And it's a party for Splice because they ripped through G2! Holy hell!
That said, the Baron has been saved for G2. Huge play from both members. Caps making sure that they stop the Baron, maybe following it up again.
Oh, almost landed the chains, but Chachi will get away just in the moment. What a fight from Kobe, though. What a moment to step up and be counted for your team.
And the one time that Splice actually lose vision control of an area, Caps manages to sneak into the darkened area.
He's got flash still. He's got the chains as well, but Kobe still has the spell shield. 1 auto, 2 auto. Goodbye, Caps. Once again, he goes down. Seconds of Splice. Second Baron of the game. Fully built Sivir in the perfect
Probably the hero play from Caps and Jankos to delete this Sivir.
You have to think if Splice take this win, they go from being just a playoff contender to a contender for top 2 here in Europe. Maybe not in the regular season, but definitely
take it. But Splice smartly just immediately ran there.
on the hunt. Perks takes a crit. Chachi going in as well. Perks stunned up. Here comes Xerxes. He dunks onto Perks. They dunk Jankos as well, and already G2 2 men down. The Requiem coming out. Norscaven will be sacrificed for his team as Jankos gets a counter kill, but Splice could just look for the end here. They just need to push in with this minion wave.
And they grab the minion wave instead of going for the open inhibs and are trying to go through the bottom of the map. Caps is resetting his position. He is still alive. He still does a lot of damage, but can he hold this?
That is the question. All inhibitor towers down now. The first inhibitor here from Splice. 2 cannon minions in this wave as well as G2. 3v4 trying to answer. Double taunt comes out. Caps trying to jump on Kobe, but he just doesn't have the damage. Wonder does though. That's Kobe down. The shutdown. And maybe that's the fight that G2 needed. Caps will fall as well, but already G2 have 2. And now Chachi not in the best of spots as Mickey gets the taunt. Wonder looking to the chase. The slice and dice. Chachi will take him out. They turn it back around the stun. Is it enough? Is it enough? It's not the stopwatch. You could go golden all you freaking like because Chachi will take you out for the triple.
Best in the
Answering this is the triple Dragon Elder, double Infernal Elder, more importantly here for Splice.
This is game for Splice. This should be it. This is the nail in the coffin for G2. A team is 1 W that gets off a single auto attack, and he will rip through G2's front line.
Caps with the flank, Kobe caught out, but Chachi's on a rampage. That's a very dead Karthus, back to death for you. The Requiem comes out, it's not going to do too much, do the locket. And now Mickey needs a perfect engage, but he doesn't have the flash. Caps forced away to the top side of the fight is G2, just trying to lick their wounds a little bit in their own base. There's the redemption out from Splice. They can reset, they can just wait for the minion waves to push in.
And all of the wards placed around Splice, making sure that Caps can't find an entrance to get into that back line.
Splice are staring down G2 right now. They're looking them in the eye. They say, you want to play in the late game? Well, the late game is our friend. Perks jumps away with the supercharge, but caught out. There's the hero's entrance as well. Chachi will go down, but he's still got the GA. Mickey going in for the engage. Can't quite get the damage off, but Kali can. Vanguard's edge comes out. Caps still unable to get a good flank position. The Frozen Tomb on Wonders. He's underneath his towers. Caps gets the shut down onto Chachi, but it's just not enough. Kali's still alive, and that's all you need if you're Splice. Going for those Nexus towers as one comes back out, but Kali sends him right back to the fountain. Splice clean it up. They stare down G2, and they will take down the top team in Europe.
And can also take over team fights.
Ooh. Yasuo, the final pick here for XL. Still not sure if that counts. He's trying to bait Ignite in. There comes the engage because Kadril is waiting around the corner. Great play back. There's the Miasma as well. Already the cow going to be stunned up. One more auto is all they need. Ignite down. First blood. 2XL in the bottom.
It's like a perfect answer to absorb a lot of that pressure.
Ignite with the Hex Flash here. Going to catch out Kadril. Kadril just looking to jump across the wall. He's stunned up. There's the landing of the EQ combo. Easy.
I like Ignar threatening the wave.
I mean, it makes sense because Jarman's on his way down here as well. Ignar looking for the stun, Lantern out, but Jessica's still caught up. Doesn't have the flash. Still from that level 1 gang teleport coming in now. Memento on the miasma. The fly into hook combo from Jessica is absolutely perfect. Expect comes in. Very strong position for them overall. 7 minutes in, 1,000 gold lead, 500 gold lead or thereabout for XL.
I mean, frankly, with the Dragon RNG.
Oh! They've slowed the pace of the game down just a little bit because of it. Hook lands for Mystics, though, straight onto the miasma. Unbreakable will used by Ignar. He has the flash, looking to get next to the wall to get away. Flashes across. Glacial Prism's going to connect, and now Mystics in the perfect position for the play follow-up. One more auto attack will get the kill. Kadril healed up. Memento jumping in here as well. Now it's on Jessica. Memento gets the flag and drag in. The hook lands once again for Mystics, and Kadril turns it around, gets the stun onto Memento. They get 1 kill. Abadarje here in time. There was upset. Will get the shutdown. Special can't quite land the knock-up, and it's going to be Q looking at the Zoe and Yasuo rotation. Teleport coming in as Kadril now forced into the back of the pit. Here comes the counter teleport though, and Odoan is going to try and jump into the pit. Abadarje forced away. Mystique's getting a lot of damage down. The double last breath. Memento almost gone. He's fallen. The Cataclysm comes out, but here's Odoan. Hemo plays straight into the stun. Mystique so low hooks once again landing, and Mystique hits hook after hook as XL wipe away Schalke. Abadarje trying to do a little bit more as Expect gets forced away. They picked up the Rift Herald. Miasma stops the Hex Splash going out, but the jump back in. Expect once again lands the hook. So much damage coming out of Upset, but he opens up his back once again. Abadarje still doing work here as Upset just cleaning up the fight. Somehow got the triple. Somehow got the penta. The main man for Schalke stands up and is counting. Looking for a bit of a flank here, but with the Rift Tower charging in, you have to think that's a tower going down. It does. XL pick up the first tower of the game 17 minutes in.
Then again, towards the top side of the map, and XL should double down here.
Odo with the fancy feet side steps, but the stun lock is coming out. Expect underneath the tower. Odo doesn't really have an escape plan here. No flash, no way out. Expect gets the kill.
Win wall that because Memento will just snap engage.
XL trying to react, but they're not going to be there in time to stop the tower from falling. First of the game for Schalke, 19 minutes in. Game pretty much entirely even. Bot lane tower will go across towards XL as well, giving that little bit of an advantage.
For champions? Oh no. Oh no.
Ignar caught out behind his own lines, but he's the one that will fall first. You have to feel. Glacial Prism hits Upset. He pops the cleanse. Ignar already down. Memento there as well.
Front line is massive between the Thresh ultimate, Kadril's health bar in general, and Cassiopeia's ability to kite and control a fight, whereas I'm pretty confident.
But that long range is what makes it so hard for XL to set up, but they don't care. They just engage straight onto Memento. The jungler from Schalke caught out, and he's got nowhere to go. Steps on the
Moto's coming from the top side.
5,000 HP left on the Baron. It's down to 2,000 now. Ignar coming in. It goes down. XL get it. Now can they take the fight on the back of it? Upset still alive on the back line. You have to look at him if you're Schalke. Kadril alive. The hook lands onto Odo. He gets into the back of the fight, though. Abadarje putting out the damage from the side. They're sitting on a knife edge, and they're slicing through XL. They get 2, but Kadril Expect and Jessica get out alive.
The fact that they rotate then to Expect, he still has the GA, so even though they don't have the Sejuani ult, they can use kind of the all-in dive for Renekton.
It's hook cleanse straight away. Oh! We saw pings on the bush coming on the minimap, and I thought Upset may have been done for. But he doesn't get caught out yet. XL, though, will use that as the opportunity to push in because Expect is already taking that mid lane tower and has the flank position.
And again, it's back to that idea that with the Renekton, with the
biggest advantage in the world, but when they lost 2 players in the fight for it, they will accept every... Well, this is not blinking. This is staring right into the eyes of your enemy and just saying, okay, we'll take it. That's gone. That's gone. Ignar looking for the engagement, gets knocked up straight away. Upset on his way as well. There's a flank here from Odo, and maybe he gets jumped on. Glacial Prism straight away into the stun. He's locked up. He's done. And Schalke caught napping. XL can take this incredibly quickly, and they just showed us how fast they can do it.
Yeah, to quote Double Lift, I don't know if you've heard of him, it's a bit cheesy in the game.
10% extra damage is working out for XL. Now they're pushing in a 4v5 situation. Odo1, they still 20 seconds up, and there's the win wall to stop Abadarje getting any push. Looking for this inhibitor. XL have opened up the map. They've broken through the base, but can they take down the inhib? Still good sleeps. Upset still alive as well. He jumps forward, looking for Expect. There's the QSS. Cleanse still available for him. Ignar with the flank potential. The Cataclysm comes out, but still XL's all alive. And Ignar will be the first to fall. The sleep comes out once again, but Abadarje can't get past the wind wall. Maybe willing to take that gamble. Special pushing in. Just needs 1 or 2 autos on that inhibitor. Jessica here as well, as all of XL move across. It's a little bit risky, but XL will do it just in time. And there is the inhibitor broken. Now, XL can push towards the mid lane. Expect caught off towards the side. Doesn't have the flash. Is getting chased down here by Upset. Uses all of the damage on towards him. Their base is being broken open. Upset still has to wait around for the GA, but that's the second inhibitor to fall, and XL just continues to push in. Odo, expect eventually.
Shut down on Odo, who's now level 17 on Vladimir, exactly where he wants to be. But really confident with their sizable lead now. Just pull the trigger, just end it, put them out of their misery.
Ignar caught out, Memento and upset here for the fight, but here comes Jessica as well. Ignar pops the unbreakable will. There's the hook, pulls him back. They've gone, they pulled the trigger, and Schalke are the ones to suffer. Ignar goes down. Expect down towards this bottom side. Maybe upset goes in, he goes all the way deep, and Excel were waiting for him. They were waiting for a bit of that action. Ignar gets a great knock out of 5, but it's him who's going to pay for it with his life. Ignar goes down as well. Schalke lose 2, and Excel with a perfect bait in the bush. And Mystiques goes down. Excel on the Baron. Schalke do not have a way to react. The Baron goes down to Excel. Now Jessica will take this incredibly quickly. Special there as well. Memento maybe looking for the steal. There's a ward in the back of the pit. Memento needs to go in. He tries to get that. He gets the steal, and no Upset's going to tap in onto the back line. Jessica there gets the damage down, but it isn't enough to work his way through. Upset just sweeps one more twin fang. Upset jumped into his demise, and Excel will sweep away Schalke in the river. Odo Omne with a good flash away as Excel look for the reset. Miasma comes forward, special kills Ignar. Now it's a 2v4 in favor of Excel. Abadage and Odo Omne running for the hills. Excel still on the chase. Special going down towards the bottom lane, just looking to push in the minions. The sleep lands with Abadage, cannot get away. Another kill for Excel, and you have to feel that's the death knell for Schalke.
The flash from Expect to make sure that he found the CC. They managed to lose the Elder Drake, but surely should win the game, at least take some of these inhibs.
Oh, I think you've got the game from here on out. 11 seconds left on Memento.
What can Odo do?
Inhibitor tower goes down. Odo doesn't have the ult, doesn't have flash, doesn't have a hope. You have to feel against this Excel oncoming storm. This is the first Nexus tower, their target. They will get it relatively rapidly, but here comes Memento trying to stop the party, trying to stop the play. Mystiques doesn't hit the hook. They've got the stun lock onto Odo, though they're not back. The second Nexus tower goes down, and Excel say, we may be out of playoffs, but you still gotta beat a Schalke.
To buy time for Alphari to play a side lane when you have a champion like Sivir, because you can just park her wherever you need that wave clear to be. More often than not, it is. He's getting desperate. He's fishing. He's looking for it.
Alphari pops the eulogy of the Isles.
Walking away from it.
Well, he fished for it a little bit and then realized there's no lake or river up here, so there's no fish. Exemplified their playstyle recently. They are slow and steady. They've got the lowest combined kills a minute in their games. They have second lowest kills and deaths at the 15-minute mark. And their gold's even. Crowshot's fine. Crowshot's fine. You were excited there. I knew he was okay. True Shot Rush comes out as well as Patrick forced away with the on the hunt. Here comes Selfmade with the Predator, eaten up by Mithy. Mithy dodges away from the explosive cast, still has the flash as well. Oh!
What are you supposed to do as Renekton against that?
I love it. It's such a smart build path. Next up, Nukeduck looking for the play in the mid. Pyrion still has the flash. Nukeduck there. Flash away from Pyrion. Cold not able to get the knocker, but he's going to go in with the Void Rush. Row indeed.
Their vision just sits in the river, and I think it's almost like a combined element of just the experience that this roster has that they don't.
I always give the benefit of the doubt to the team that did a good thing. And that's what happened here. So Origin get tower in the bottom. I mean, that's what used to happen in the Origin games. They have been able to stop that for the moment. Dragon goes down, it's an Inferno, Whirlwind with the flank, and this is going to be a 5v5. Pyrion on the wrong side of the map, though. And now Origin actually just want to back away. They pop the on the hunt. True Shot Barrage comes out as well. You can see Whirlwind's in the middle of that fight. He's doing a lot of damage, but SK just can't get the chase on. The Maiden is acting as a bouncer and stopping Origin in their tracks.
And something that is pretty cool about Origin's composition when they do want to disengage like that is the... Oh! He's dead.
Oh, he's done! Nukeduck goes in, gets out! Oh, we need a little bit of gold in our back pockets, and they should get it pretty easily. Selfmade was around the corner as well. That's the tower down. Good stuff from SK.
And in the end, they do trade back up.
Way!
Or make big picks and trying to find their foot back into this game. But they have to be so careful.
Oh, crown shot! Oh, he's dead!
Yeah.
4 members near the red buff of SK. They continue to push in the side lanes. Yes, just a poke and prod around the side of this fight. Alphari pushing into the tower here as well. The Demolish Pot comes out. That's another tower across the OG. 3,000 gold.
Frustrating to play out if you're SK.
Well, I mean, Mithy's caught him out a little bit here. He's going to flash across, trying to catch out Patrick. Patrick pops the spell shield, and Whirlup can't get close enough. Put into the cage. He jumps back onto the back line with the slicing dice, but Mithy eats him up. That's one down, and now SK taking the fight. Cold gonna jump across the wall. It's actually Alphari the one to fall, and Nukeduck jumping in. Selfmade goes golden. It's up to Crownshot. He's opening it up. Cold jumps onto the back line. He gets Crownshot. Mithy's still alive. Patrick's still alive. OG somehow still alive as Nukeduck jumps forwards once again. Empyrean has nowhere to go. Can't get away from Cold. And the dunk crew. It's a triple kill for the man in the jungle.
And for a split second, and I'll say it again, this is so frustrating for SK to play against because
here. Almost looks like an episode of Stranger Things. in the second series where he puts all the burrows around. I've been watching that recently, which is why it
I'll
came
hold
to
the thought because maybe the trap has been sprung.
Yeah, I mean, Mythy's jumped on here by Pyrian. Selfmade there as well as Cold comes in from the side. Patrick there with you on the hunt. Cold forced back, but gets a lot of damage down as Selfmade and gets the boy to sold off. It's a 1-for-1 trade as Yorick and Nuke Duck push down towards the bottom lane, though they're going to lose an inhibitor. Maybe even the base. In time, Whirlib came back. TP comes out away from the fight. Whirlib's low, but Yorick's just going to push the bait. Nuke Duck's there as well. I mean, Arjun run away, but Arjun's just taking the base at the same time. Alvari and Nuke Duck are in here. SK ran away from their own base and maybe sacrificed the game. Origin continue their climb up the LEC table with a dominant win over SK.
Drawn towards this Riven, but
I am.
We've got it.
And this
Wait, what's he doing? He's
exactly what you
overextended.
expect. Cabo, is this a bait? Is this a mistake? What is this? Here comes Mowgli. There's the burrow into the flash knockup. Cabo keeps throwing out the axes. The undertow, the reckless swings. It's a double kill for Mowgli.
So there we go. Find those kills.
A little bit of an engage here from Jizuke. Gonna get caught out. Where's the tomb? Senkax decides not to throw, despite the fact Wadid is waiting in the wings. This turns into a 3v2, but look at Attila. Look at Jack Troll. There's the taunt. That connects one. Whirling Death flies out and comes back. Senkax to the south cast. Not dead just yet. One last swing. Attila picks it to help Mowgli put Prophet even further behind. His flash is on cooldown, and despite the dominance coming up, it simply does not matter. Jizuke gets his first kill of week 8.
Welcome back. And now we see a bit of action in the bot lane.
Now remember, no flashes for this bot lane either. Petrifying Gaze will catch out Jack Troll, but Attila used a very good displacement to at least slow down this pusher. Whirling Death will clear out the wave, and Attila's got 4 members to deal with. Let's see what he can do. Whirling Death comes back. Good damage onto Wadid, and Wadid forced to use the stopwatch. And Rogue,
Yes.
they're good at playing forward. They're on the same page. And look, a minute before the turret platings drop, you've got pressure in the backline. Kickers is just going to get run down. The tower's going to die as well. And if Senkax sticks around, I think Vitality might go for another fight.
Yeah, it looks like the Riven was not ready to enter Bromacia.
That you mentioned is 5,000 gold right now. Vitality are now going to get caught into a little bit of a fight, or is it Rogue? This looks like at least 1 kill onto Mowgli. Very good setup. Rogue were able to collapse onto Vitality, and I wasn't quite sure they could turn it around, but here comes Jizuke. That's a 2-man taunt from Jack Troll. The winds of war are burning down Rogue. What did is all.
Because you know we can outplay you. You've actually used a lot of your ultimates, and this is a situation where Olden...
Everybody clumped up for the distortion damage. It goes pretty well for Jizuke and Vitality. And with, of course, that bottom tower going, that's all 3 out of town secured. They're pushing this vision up into the northern quadrant of the map, deeper and deeper around the Baron. We're getting close to 20 minutes, and take a look at Mowgli. I wondered if he was going to fancy a shot. The Whirling Death! Oh my word!
He's
Here
dead.
comes Jizuke. There's a good defensive flash from Senkax, and
not dead.
there goes
Oh, yes,
Void
he is
Rush!
dead.
I knew Void Rush was going to get the kill. I just didn't think, you know, it could be root beer.
Yeah.
It could not be. But we'll just leave it at that, shall we? Helped refine and define their identity this season.
Sure has. Now we see the 1v1. Olaf versus Renekton.
Well, there's a flash over the wall. Here comes Cabo Sean. Ragnarok and
kill him
Ragnarok.
too.
He's got 1. He's looking for 2. A new challenger appears. EQ's looking for the counter kill. And it will be secured by Senkax. But,
That's fine. No,
yeah, no, we really suck at that, right? We were not in any fraternities in university. That's what that tells us.
And now they're looking once again for another fight.
Well, here comes Cabashard. He's jumped onto Senkax. Ragnarok is thrown down once again. Senkax to the self-cast on the ultimate. Death Sentence will catch 1. That's a kill for Attila. There's the Portuguese fan base screaming in support. Flashes over the wall. Void Rush was already used by Mowgli to pick up what was a solo kill onto Hiku and Jizuke. He's found Wadid. He sidesteps a Death Sentence and waiting for the spell rotation. Distortion out. And Jizuke's on a rampage. 4-0-3. The base is broken open. And Vedius, it was a long con from Vitality.
Yeah, you know, I can criticize all I want, but the reality is they've made it work. They're on the Nexus Towers. Vitality looking to crush Rogue in 21 minutes.
11,000 gold lead. Vitality are smurfing against Rogue. They will take down the second Nexus turret, and here comes Kikis trying to push forward with that broken blade. Is instantly cut down where he stands after being unburrowed, knocked up into the air. Now, Vitality aren't done yet. still fancy themselves another fight. Prophet actually teleported way deep into the middle lane, expecting Vitality to back away, and that was the mistake. There's a flash for Attila, jumps over the petrifying gaze, can't find the kill into Hiku, but in the back line, Prophet is already dead before he can do anything. Senkux gets tagged by the undertow, and Cabo's just going to run it down. The swag finish with the hourglass. The Nexus is now the focus at 22 minutes on the clock. Rogue will pick up another kill with the help of the Fountain Laser. The Nexus goes down, and Vitality will
Braum Lucian, especially in how volatile a matchup from Galio Cassio can be, that you want the jungler kind of in your back pocket. Braum really empowers
that support, and against a Sejuani who can be surprisingly strong in these duels, having that pressure is very, very valuable.
Ooh, Bwepo manages to connect a full combo onto Soaz. Flash is available for Soaz. He's down to 100 HP. Slice and Dice is not available just yet. One more hit from Bwepo is all that's going to be needed. First blood, solo kill. Bwepo onto Soaz.
And this was a huge mistake from Soaz, but a big play from Bwepo as we see more fighting in the bot lane.
All right, Winds of War comes out. That's a defensive flash away. Hansam's running down. Reckless realizes he's going to get stunned up by the Braum passive. 200 hit points and no flash in Hansama. He's running for his life, down to 100. Reckless can't yet get in range. Once again, very good timing on the taunt. Reckless is low. Gorilla turns it around. Now all of a sudden, Hilly's trying to hunt for a little bit more as Nemesis completes the teleport. Flashes onto the tower. Miasma will buy some time, but he will be able to.
So what you should keep your eyes on Febiven is which lane he looks to roam towards, as Soaz is now in trouble once again.
All right, Soaz has thrown down the Dominus. Remember, he's got no flash available. Gets caught up by Broxa. Will try to get some damage done, but with the Umbral Blades getting it to pull him back, that's just too easy for Broxa and Bwepo. It does open up the Ocean Drake, and I do actually have just a quick reminder of the last time these two teams met. When Soaz played against Bwepo, the last time, it was Soaz that was dumpstering Bwepo. He went 5-0-6 in lane. It was Soaz that got the solo kills, and now the shoe is on the other foot. And from Shelly will be able to pick this one up, and that will be the bonus gold given over to Febiven, which I think is crucially important for a player that has been with it.
And now that he's getting all this extra gold, he's actually had a very healthy, safe, free laning phase, and I think that he's scaling to going to be a big threat for the side of Misfits, but also get that cooldown reduction as we see a bit of a play towards mid.
Okay, Flashing Cleanse is available for Febiven. That's the cleanse already used. Caught up, flashes away, gets locked down. Here comes the Galio ultimate, and Febiven stays alive. A few seconds longer. He manages to walk away. Gorilla and Soaz arrive just in time. Defensive flash from Soaz, and Misfits come to save the day.
for another opportunity, and it looks like it's top.
All right, there's an opportunity. Soaz is going to get some help. There's a teleport being channeled by Nemesis, but I think Bwepo may just be dead before it can arrive. Febiven's actually piecing out. Turns back around. Rune Prison buys some time as he's locked in place. Now the first kill will be in World Ender, so
they're going to win this.
Will come back to fight. Nemesis is running away with the Claw of Doom. Bwepo kills Soaz. Now Febiven can't find the damage yet.
Looked for the bait. Who was going to step forward? Was it Febiven or was it Bwepo? But again, the stakes, no second utility and not sacrifice too much of his damage, but you still have a Cassiopeia as well as a Warriors Enchant, Jarvan, and a Renekton
on the flanks, and the fact that Hansama's Cassio's in the top lane, he has no teleport. It's going to be a tower trade, top for middle, but Fnatic are not done yet. Roxa, Cataclysm thrown down, but for what reason, Maxlaw? Simply no reply. Febiven gets knocked up into the air by the Glacial Fissure. This will cause both teleports to be used. Flash is forward for Fnatic. The culling is used. Febiven is down. He had flash available. He didn't get to use it. Now Soaz is running for his life. He's stunned up, locked down, caught out. And Soaz will try to get some damage, but it simply will not matter. Bwepo gets two.
This is the pivotal point. Can Maxlaw redeem, and can he steal away this objective? I don't know if he gets a chance.
Oh man, Hansama doesn't even get a chance to use the Petrifying Gaze. Maxlaw's still alive with Flash and Smite, but he simply cannot get close enough to the pit. This should be a Fnatic objective.
And you know, coming into this match, I was like, Misfits are going toe-to-toe with Fnatic. They're actually hanging in here, and a lot of us are saying Fnatic are actually top 3 right now. Most of them.
Oh man, attacked again.
This is your fault, Frostgurin. Caster Curse is a thing. You just start talking about Soaz. He was 0-4-0. Now he will be 0-5-0. Will get run down, and kill secured by Reckless, his first of the game. He's just taken Vizicachi, who was sitting at 19. And it's just a very difficult game
here because of the pressure, the Baron behind Fnatic, and as they approach a tower, when you have Sejuani and Lissandra, you make...
It makes no sense on Rise. Like, as a champion, I just feel like that he doesn't maximize or utilize it. I mean,
well, let's see if Febiven can make it work now, because there goes Bwepo pushing all the way forward. Maxlaw decides to start the fight, throws the Cataclysm down, flag and drags to safety, and Bwepo, his ultimate has been popped. The passive is now bringing it back to life, but look at the damage. stealers. That's already killed to Gorilla. Handsama's still untouched. He's trying to put the damage onto the front line. That's a zone away. Peppervin is already going to pick himself one onto Nemesis. The tower goes down, and it's a 1 for 2. Fnatic get the kill and the tower.
So Fnatic in a fight.
Control, that's a slice. Not going to be able to dice, and the third tower, dragon of the game there, secured by Fnatic. 2 Oceans, and he play from Soaz, steps forwards to get both the slice and the dice. Reckless is calling! Kills the little toy once more, but
here we go.
All the rest of Misfits. This is a desperation Baron. If Misfits do not get this Baron, they will lose this game. There's the Uncle Chains going in. Misfits turn the attention. The turn and burn. They get down Nemesis, but Whippo is running amok. 1 versus 4. World-End is going to buy so much time. Here comes Gorilla with the ultimate to buy an additional time for Misfits. Now it is still a 4v4, and Misfits are running for their lives. Flash from Hillisang. Miasma from Hansama will buy some time as Brox and Fnatic are looking to seal the deal and finish the game. Gorilla buys a taunt just to get Misfits to safety, but Fnatic are not done yet. They're kitchen inside the pit. Hansama's got no flash available. Baron is going to be contested once again. 9,000 gold
Risky
lead.
from Fnatic.
Nemesis has teleport available. He can TP in behind Misfits. Soaz will spot it out. The little toy that could. Maxwell flags and drags to safety. Well, there's the fight. Soaz and Nemesis trading toe for toe. Ruthless Predator buys time. It interrupts the claw. Soaz is trying to get some revenge, but Fnatic secure the Baron. This has to be what seals the deal. With Baron, another kill on the board, and Fnatic.
Face and Misfits. We said it at the beginning. There are a few chances left. Playoffs. A spot is on the horizon, and Fnatic go for the fight.
Oh, Fnatic go for the dive! They've got Hansama! They killed him under his tower! Reckless is unstoppable at 5, 1 and 5! Whippo gets lucky kill number 7, and this might just be the final push. Fnatic have deconstructed Misfits, and they're on the Nexus.
Their foot is on Misfits' throat. There are no more second chances, and Misfits, Soaz, 0-9 on the day as Fnatic stored the Nexus.
Fnatic truly are back in the fight for playoffs and the finals.
Look of disbelief on Reckless's face as Soaz goes 0-9 in that matchup. But so much attention was put onto shutting him down. Whippo demonstrating how much he has grown throughout the throughout this split, and he got the better of Soaz today.
Fnatic are on a 5-game winning streak. They are undoubtedly and unquestionably the best performing team in the second half of the split. But I think it's crucial to remember, when Soaz played Whippo the first time, he ended 5-0-6.
Yep.
When Whippo played Soaz this time, he ended 7-0-7.
Take the script and throw it out. This is no longer a league that is dominated by G2. We now have G2, Vitality, Origin, and now Fnatic. This is a crash course of a commercial that you couldn't script better as we rocket towards the playoffs in Rotterdam.
Yep, the league is so competitive.
Because take a look at this. Breathe this one in. Amazing. What's jumping off the page first? I mean, we've had our fair share of surprising victories today. Splice, I think, is jumping off the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, for sure, it's Splice. I did not expect them to beat G2, and they actually honestly played their own style in their BG2, which has rarely happened before, and only Origin has done it so far. Whereas like the SK loss, I think, that G2 had was kind of random almost. So it was kind of interesting to see Splice actually get into the level of a top-tier team where I didn't see them before.
So G2 can bleed. Is this something you guys are going to be looking over, checking out that Splice game? What do you reckon, Young Buck?
I think we're looking at G2 for playoffs if we make it. I think after today's game, we have a really good chance at making playoffs. We knew this was a do-or-die moment. And seeing G2 bleed gives us a lot of hope going into the playoffs. So we're looking at that.
Yeah, and I was also just super hyped to see XL. Did you catch the game, or were you guys all prepping and traveling? Did you see XL?
We were watching. Some of us were playing solo queue, warming up. Some of us were watching, but
I mean,
wow.
Can we get excited about XL now? Seeing UK League of Legends climbing a bit?
After tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, Fnatic, you guys are playing them.